New in the last 5 minutes, 3 dead as train veers off into highway in Washington. Washington train crash kills 3 in the last 15 minutes in the last half hour. Several dead in Seattle. Train derailment in the last hour. Amtrak safety record under scrutiny even before deadly derailment. Amtrak train derails in Washington, killing at least 3 people in the last 2 hours. Trump calls for infrastructure plan after Amtrak train derailment. Amtrak line lacked positive train control safety system. Official says 3 die as train derails on highway bridge in Washington state. Video 72 taken to hospitals after Amtrak train derail. 72 taken to hospitals after Amtrak train derail. Multiple fatalities after Amtrak train derails in Washington state. Amtrak train collides with semi-truck in Texas. Amtrak train derailment kills 3, injures more than 100 in West U.S. in the last 4 hours. At least 3 dead as train derails over Washington state highway. Amtrak train derailment. What we know and don't know about the crash. Train safety technology might have helped prevent Amtrak crash. Survivors recall terror of fatal train crash. Video survivors recall terror of fatal train crash. Washington, 3 passengers killed, 100 injured in Amtrak train derailment. Route of Amtrak derailment subject of community concern in the last 6 hours. At least 3 confirmed dead in U.S. train derailment. Passenger train hurtles off bridge onto highway in rush hour nightmare. The WSMA responds to Amtrak train derailment. Passenger train derails in Washington state. 3 killed U.S. At least 6 dead as train derails on inaugural run in Washington state. Watch deadly train accident on new route between Seattle and Portland. Amtrak's deadliest crashes in recent years. Amtrak train on new route derails in Washington state. 3 killed. Officials to probe Amtrak train derailment in Seattle. At least 3 dead as train derails over Washington state highway. Amtrak train was reportedly speeding before deadly derailment. Positive train control ordered by Congress but not yet in place. Video up top stories December 18, 2017. Deadly Amtrak train crash. What we know so far. Photos, videos. 3 confirmed dead in U.S. train accident. Several dead after U.S. train collapses. In debut run, Trump says Amtrak derailment shows need for infrastructure plan. Earlier today, train derails in Washington. 3 killed, over 50 hospitalized, multiple deaths as train derails over Washington highway. Vox sentences a deadly derailment. Passenger says everything was in slow motion as Amtrak train derailed. Video out top stories December 18. P3 dead as train carriage falls on U.S. motorway. Everything we know about the Amtrak train derailment. Raw footage shows Amtrak train derailment in Washington. What to know about President Trump's infrastructure plan. At least 3 people dead after Amtrak train derails in U.S. Video 6 killed as U.S. train derails during first run on faster route. Amtrak train derails in Washington state onto Interstate 5. At least 3 dead. At least 3 people dead after Amtrak train derails in the U.S. train derails in Washington. 6 killed, over 50 hospitalized. Fatalities after train derails over highway near Tacoma, Washington. At least 3 killed in Amtrak derailment. 6 killed, 22 injured in Amtrak train derailment in Washington state. Washington Amtrak train crash. Survivors describe derailment. Multiple people dead after train derailment in Washington state in the last 8 hours. Top stories from the Straits Times on Tuesday, December 19. Multiple people dead after Amtrak train crash in Washington. Video deadly Amtrak train derailment in Washington state. U.S. authorities fear more fatalities after Amtrak train derails on highway. Video multiple fatalities on derailed Amtrak train. 6 killed in Amtrak train derailment in U.S. Multiple fatalities on derailed Amtrak train. Passengers were catapulted. Train crashes horrific toll. At least 6 dead in Amtrak train derailment near Seattle. No Antifa did not just derail a train. Fatal Amtrak derailment blocks Washington interstate. Yesterday, Donald Trump Amtrak accident bolsters infrastructure proposal. Multiple deaths reported after Amtrak train derails in U.S. The Atlantic Politics Policy Daily. The Trump doctrine. Amtrak derailment. Lakewood Mayor Don Anderson was concerned